Hello YouTube and the YTPC community, YouTube pipe community. Yeah, YouTube, uh, YouTube pipe community. Yeah, well, you get what I mean. I am just a wee bit perturbed because I just uploaded a video today, and I tried to get fancy, and I wanted to see now. I changed the camera to this side because I always look to this side, and now I want to look over here. I tried to get fancy. I tried to go live on my channel, but apparently my channel is not qualified to go live. I guess I lack the content or the subscriber count or whatever. 41 now. 41 subscribers now. Thank you guys so much. I got like 10 in the past like 2 days. I don't know where you guys are finding me or how you're dumbing into me, but thank you all for subscribing. Yeah, so I tried to go live and that didn't work. So I tried to just record the video through the YouTube app, and I had a lot of trouble uploading it. And it finally uploaded, and so was on the phone with my beautiful, wonderful, amazing girlfriend who's back in Philadelphia for her internship with law school, and brought up to her like, hey, I got a new video if you feel like watching it. And she messages me and she goes, hey, check your video because the sound's not working on mine. I don't know if it's on my end or what. I checked it and it said this video has no sound. So I don't know what happened or why it uploaded with no audio. So now it's 11:30 at night. I'm tired. But I'm one of those people who tries to stay up as late as they possibly can on the weekends to savor every possible second of freedom before I have to go back to work on Monday. So this is take two. Sorry, I'm tired, so I'm going to stumble over my words, and this is definitely going to go into the 15-minute mark. I was so happy. The video was 11 minutes. I'm trying to make these things short and sweet. I tend to ramble. Anyway, this is take two of Garrett's cobwarden. This is another gift pipe that I've made for my buddy Garrett. He actually he doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. You can barely get the guy to take an aspirin. But what he is he's really into Lord of the Rings, like my girlfriend. And he also he does LARPing, which if you're not familiar with what LARPing is, I suggest look it up. You're on YouTube now. Type in LARPing on YouTube. It's actually pretty cool. It's like modern day medieval battles, but with like foam swords and stuff, because nobody wants to actually kill anybody. It's pretty cool, man. They have ones where like they'll have like 100 guys on each side, and they just have these massive battles. But so when he goes to the ones like that, like they dress in costume or whatever. So I made him a church warden to go with his costume because I thought it would fit. And so I gotta get adjusted here because I keep wanting to shift out of frame. So his what do they call it? Clan or whatever, his group of guys that he LARPs with, his team or whatever. I forget the name of it, but the name is derived from Gaelic and Norse words, like combined. It means like castle hounds. So on his church warden, I actually looked up Norse runes and like the alphabet or whatever. His nickname in his clan is Jokes because he's a goofball. So up here, I actually did Jokes in runes, and then this is his clan name in Viking runes. And so then on the back, you have the Helm of Awe, which is it's a Viking symbol of protection. And then down on the bottom, it's just like an X, but it's also a Viking rune. It's the way it's shaped. It's like triangles that go in or whatever. That is a rune for protection from poison, which I just found incredibly ironic to put on the bottom of a pipe. I thought it was funny, so I did it. But yeah, so this is just, on Kaylee's cobwarden, I bought her a forever stem for $20 to get the church warden stem. And I love Garrett, but not that much. So I recycled a MacArthur shank that I had laying around and just used the regular MacArthur bit. I bent it with a heat gun. Um, and this is just a country gentleman bowl that I got from a cob foolery kit from Aristocob. Um, and so so this stem was really loose when I got, like, I could pull it out pretty easy right now, but before, it was so loose that I was afraid to clench it. I thought for sure it was going to fall out. And I don't remember. I think it was on Levi's Black Betty video. Ohm Howard left a comment on there about using a drill bit and a heat gun to kind of swell the tenon. Um, and so I got on YouTube and looked up different ways of going about that. Um, and I didn't use the heat gun method that Ohm recommended, but I found a video from Scott from Aristocob, and he did it with hot water. And so what I ended up doing was I used the hot water, and I used the patented Aristocob pipe tamper is perfect for this. I mean, you can see it just it's dead in there. And before, I couldn't really get it in. I could have probably forced it, but I risked probably splitting it on that mold seam. But so what I did was I zapped some water in the microwave, and the nice thing about that was you could direct the heat. Because if I used the heat gun, I had already bent this thing to the degree that I wanted, and with the heat gun, it's just, you heat the whole damn thing. Like, you can't direct it directly onto that tenon, you know. But with the water, you can just boop and hold just that in there and just warm that tenon. I'm looking over here now. It's habit. I'm sorry. Um, but so I held that in the water for like 15 seconds, shoved this bad boy in there, and then I actually submerged it with that in there for about 30 seconds, just to really make sure it was in there. Pulled it out, let it sit for like a second or two, and then ran it under cold water to like shock it. And it's damn near perfect now, I'd say. It could probably stand to be a little bit tighter, but there's no ferrule on this either, and I didn't want it too tight to swell. Swell and risk cracking the wood. I've got a couple of my pipes. I have a Tom Sawyer, I think, that's actually got a crack in the stem. It's really agitating. But he doesn't smoke either, so you don't have to worry, or I don't have to worry too much about like the moisture from the tobacco eventually swelling it to break it or whatever. So it should be fine. This is more of a prop for him, but it is smokable. I smoked it in the last video, and gosh darn it, I gotta smoke it again for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and light this and talk to you. I'm gonna take my lighter out. First time around, I smoked, was it New Minster 400 or something to that effect? This time around, it's a little Dunhill BB 1938. I really like this pipe. It turned out nice. You can clinch it now. It's just tight enough that I can clinch it. I'm not worried about it. With my Hondo hands. It's a lot longer than Kaylee's. Look, now I can really hold it like that one guy from Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I don't watch Lord of the Rings. I've never seen it. I'm gonna get chastised. I know I will. But I've never seen it in its entirety. I've seen like bits and pieces in the battles, and it's a very impressive movie, but I just never got into it. I might have to turn that air filter up. I don't want to turn it too loud because then it's going to be loud. We're already at 10 minutes. This is going to be way longer than the first video, but whatever. It's 11:30 night and I don't care. So the staining on this, if you look, I actually tried something different. So, no, and when you figure I forgot to bring a stain pipe with me to show you what I was talking about. I forgot it on the last one too. Anyway, if you look at like Country Gentlemen from Missouri Meerschaum or any of their stained pipes, where it's plastered, the stain is always darker. The cob doesn't tend to take the stain as well, so it's a lighter colored. So anywhere where the kernels were, the plaster's really holding in there, will really take that stain nice and be a darker part. I wanted the kernels to be lighter. So what I did was before I even plastered it, I stained the cob with a darker espresso stain. Gave it a shot of lacquer just to kind of protect it a little bit because I was going to have to sand it. Because then I plastered it, sanded the plaster down, and may have taken a little bit of that stain with it, but it's still dark enough. It makes a nice contrast. But, so then so I plastered it, and then I went over it with a lighter colored stain. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second, but I got it back. Went over with the lighter stain, and then actually used that lighter stain on the stem as well. So that it blends nicely together, and it looks like wood from a distance. Because I wanted it to look like just a regular church board. I didn't want it to really look like a corncob pipe, at least not close up. To those of us that know, we'd be able to tell from a distance that's a corncob pipe. But to the layman, they probably won't realize it. Not right away anyway. But it looks like it's a nice wooden briar church warden from a distance anyway. Because I don't know that the Vikings are smoking corncob pipes. Pretty sure it was more of an American thing. Even though the Vikings may have been the first Americans. Well, not the first, but the first white people to find America. I'm not getting into that. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Stupid YouTube. I like it a lot, though. It smokes very cool. Figured out that a regular pipe cleaner will make it the whole way to the bowl in this, which is nice, which means I'm probably going to do something like this for myself. I'm filing this one away as well. I have an idea for a pipe for myself, but that's going to come later. I have 2 more gift pipes offhand, maybe 3 that I'm going to make. Possibly even 4. I don't know. But then I've got a couple ideas for pipes I want for myself. That I'm gonna make. So I've got quite a few things going on up in my head. Ordered some stuff from Aristocob today. Let's see. But so after I stained it, I lacquered it. I use a spray lacquer, a semi-gloss, and just make sure I put masking tape over the top. I don't like getting stain or anything on the rim. Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but I'm paranoid about it. I usually masking tape over it, and a little bit of stain usually will bleed through, but I don't like the idea of staining or dyeing the top of this, or up in here. Anywhere that, like, anything that's going to end up in my body is going to be, I try to keep it away from there. So I usually masking tape that real good in the end of it whenever I lacquer it so nothing gets down into the actual pipe itself. Got my Walmart lighter. This built-in check tool is growing on me. It's cheap metal. It's very clearly cheap metal. When you're holding the ashtrays behind the camera, that was an oversight. But it's convenient. I'm still very partial to the patented Aristocob pipe temper. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this pipe. I'm kind of bummed that I have to give it away, but he'll like it. I'm anxious to see his reaction. I use a little bit of wood filler down in here, um, where the hole kind of got away from me. Drilling at an angle is usually pretty difficult in cobs. I don't think I've ever had one drill perfectly. I didn't have to patch in some way. I didn't pipe mud it. If I was keeping it, I would probably pipe mud it a little bit because there's a little bit of like kind of a pocket where I had to drill into the hardwood plug actually for this because I went so low with it at such an angle. If I was keeping it, I was going to smoke it a lot. I'd fill it with pipe mud. I'd pipe mud just about all my pipes, just to put the draft hole at the lowest point and to keep gurgling down and that kind of thing, and also protects them. I'm gonna be really bummed if I ever like burn through a pipe or whatever. Though from what I've heard from a lot of people, it's pretty much impossible to do it unless you smoke too hot, which I have the tendency of doing. But it makes me feel better to just pipe mud it. I feel like the pipe works a little better when I do as well. But yeah, that's about it, I think. I don't know. I would review my first video to make sure I hit all the points that I hit in that one, but I can't listen to it. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, again, 41 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much. Like, I don't know where y'all are finding me, man. Like, how y'all are finding my little channel of just me making pipes and talking about them for 15 minutes at a time. But thank you for subscribing and watching. It means a lot. All you guys have been awesome in the comments. I've yet to get a single negative remark on even like my worst ones, which is great because like when you get into like Reddit or something, dive into the hive mind, like it's damn near impossible to extract any kind of knowledge from it because it's basically just like smoke Dunhill and use Bones pipes. That's all you're gonna ever get out of Reddit. I really want to start a thread on Reddit, but I don't have the karma level. So maybe one of you 41 guys who's on here will. Let's start a Reddit thread specifically for corncob pipes and corncob pipe modification, because the pipe makers thread that I follow is a lot of guys make briar pipes, which is cool. It's still great to use that and tap it for knowledge and stuff. And there's some guys who do corncob pipes and stuff on there, but it's primarily briar pipe guys. And you get some people who like carved a pipe out of like a piece of wood they found in their backyard, and even I'm like, dude, that's not gonna end well. But then you got some guys who like genuinely try and they buy the kit or whatever. People just tear them down, and it's sad to watch. I mean, like, I'm not a professional by any means. My pipes aren't that great. I would never pay for any of my pipes. Like, I don't think they're at the level of like, if this was in a store, I would not buy this. The only one I would probably do would be like Derek's Calabash, because that pipe looks gorgeous, in my humble opinion. But I mean, just some people just gotta be so negative, man. I don't understand why. Like, why you gotta tear people down? Like, especially when like this is our common bond, is we all love pipes and we like pipe making, and just I like working with my hands. I like doing something. I like making something for someone, and being like, I made you this. Like, I thought about you and I thought you would like this. And like all the pipes I make for my friends, I try to make something that reflects them as a person, or reflects their interests or whatever. Like I have two more that's coming up for guy. I'm in a band, LCH. I'm in a punk rock band. I scream and yell about things that piss me off. Um, but like they're not like professional grade or whatever, but like I try to put something personal into them. You know what I mean? And like when I make them for myself, like it's usually me like I'm trying to like I don't know, like dive into my own creativity or whatever, and like what's in your head versus your own limitations is always a hard hurdle to get over. But like having some dickhead just like tear you down over it when like what have you done, man? Like do you own a pipe making company or something? Are you some amazing professional who makes like $1,000 briar pipes? No, probably not. Like you're probably some asshole who smokes Dr. Grabos and wants to tear people down. Like, not that there's anything wrong with Grabos, whatever. I own three. Like, but you get what I'm saying. Like, are you some expert? No, probably not. Like, you know, like you're not freaking the CEO of Missouri Meerschaum. You're not Scott from Aristocob who has his own business. Like, selling them. So why? Why be negative? Why be a douche? You know? But anyway, that's my rant for the evening. I'm tired and pissed off as it is because of YouTube. Um, I'm trying to keep the cursing to a minimum because I don't know if they'll bury it because of that or whatever. But so yeah. So anyway, in conclusion, any of you who might be on the Reddit and might have more karma than me that you can start your own thread, let's start a specifically corncob pipe modification, cob foolery, whatever you want to call it, thread, so we can maybe push some of the briar purists out who, you know, I've seen guys put corncob pipes that they make on there and just tear corncob pipe. Like, yeah, well, what's more American than a friggin' corncob pipe, man? Like, sorry, we're not smoking, you know, super fancy friggin' calabashes that are this big. Not to say that I wouldn't get one. Like, I don't know, man. Opinions and assholes, you know. But so yeah, I say we start that, and then we can keep to ourselves and share the common knowledge because like I'm learning as I go with this, and I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, guys like Kane Rod Piper, who just pour all their knowledge into their YouTube videos, are a huge help for guys like me. Scott from Aristocob, like Scott's a guy you can email Scott. I have personally emailed Scott with questions about like what do I do about this? What do I do about that? How does this work? Like is this safe to use? Like and so I say and also like sidebar. Corncob pipe smokers just seem to be nicer people. It seems like. Not to say like I own briars. I have several. I think if you're gonna be a pipe smoker, you should have one way or another. Um, just kind of to have it, you know. And like I'd like to have a what is it, Savinelli, whatever, Savinelli. I don't fucking know. But like the really nice like $100 briars, I'd like to have one just for the sake of having it. But like you can't beat a $5 corncob pipe, man. Like it's you know, but like it just seems like corncob pipe smokers are just more down to earth and laid back guys, and are willing to just like talk with you and be like share common knowledge, and that's my thing. I want to contribute to the community. I want to take if I learn some trick like this reverse staining thing that I did. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before. I haven't seen anyone do it. If I just figure out something new, I hope somebody who's making corncob pipes like I'm gonna do that now. Like that's awesome. I never would have thought of that. Like let's just help each other out, man. Like we're all gonna get better at it, and it's gonna make the cob foolery competition more interesting next year. Um, But so yeah, I'm done ranting. I keep letting my Dunhill go out, which is sad because I'm not gonna be able to get any more anytime soon. Um, but you guys who've been commenting on my videos, that I try to get back to everybody on there, especially since I'm not overly flooded by them, so it's a lot easier for a guy like me to. But thank you all for your support. Thank you all for commenting and liking and subscribing, watching my videos. I watch my play counts go up, and it's crazy to me that like somebody watched my video 35 times. Like 35 different people have watched this video or whatever. Um, it's insane to me. I don't know. It's so weird. But you guys are gonna have to keep me in check because I'm getting a little internet famous here. I might get a little too big for my britches. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm tired and I'm getting the giggles and kind of goofy and angry and all that. So I'm gonna finish smoking this and maybe pack it again and smoke it again and just kind of enjoy it and not try to talk through it. I'm coming up on a half hour, so longest video ever on my channel. Sorry guys. Oh, it's gonna take forever to upload. So yeah, I'm done. I'm off here. Here's the thing I forgot that just popped into my head. I know I keep saying, this is my last video for a while until I make another pipe, and I keep churning out a pipe. Well, legitimately, I finished this last night. I don't know when I'm going to upload another video, because I am way behind on a lot of life shit. Stuff. My weekends and weeknights can be dedicated to basically fixing my beater truck and bondoing rust holes and all that, so I'm not going to have a lot of like idle hands time to be like, I'm going to make a pipe now. But like, I promise you, the ideas are there. The material is in my bedroom. Like, there will be more videos. This is a lot of fun. I really love doing these. But for the next couple weekends, I don't know that I'm going to have the time to churn one out. But you never know. Maybe I'll put one out before next Friday if fire gets lit under my butt. But more than likely, I know I keep saying it, but more than likely, this is my last video for a while until I churn out another one. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank all 41 of you for subscribing. And happy piping, right? Oh yeah, Bluetooth thing. I didn't do it again. What's going on?